Like, imagine if I would just been like, yeah, the Aces are looking for someone to help Asia. Like, duh, nigga.
Right. We laugh.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pull Up 3. I am Paragon Don.
I'm Jamae.
I'm Jay Trent.
And today, we have a good amount on our plate. We talking about facilities, coach terminations, playoffs have obviously continued. Some of us are happy, some of us are not. Um, and potential angel trades. So I guess we can start with facility talks. And so I'm going to. Oh, were you about to say something, Jimmy?
Oh, I was just gonna say that this is coming up again because LA has announced that they're announced they're building a new facility for 2027. Um, and it looks beautiful, but I still need to say they should be ashamed because y'all were literally one of the first franchises and y'all just decided last year that you wanted to treat your players right. I need us to be serious for a second. But thank you for joining us. So thank you for joining us.
The Sparks have had some of the greatest players of all time on their roster. And it's just now like, you know what? Maybe I should open my purse now that they have Kelsey Plum and De'Arica Hamby and Ricky Jackson. It's like, sure. When you had Candace Onneka and Chelsea Gray, it was like,
Lisa Leslie, I mean back-to-back championships, like just whatever, guys. Whatever.
maybe these niggas would like lockers. Just never thought crossed your mind.
Like, I'm glad we're here now, but
Like, yeah, okay, guys. Let's
The Liberty have been team open your purse for years now, so I can't even say nothing bad about them. Thank you very much to them. Them and the Aces are very much the standard as far as what these teams have done in the past couple of years. Um, and I think it has showed in the play over the years and the willingness for people to come over there and play with them as well. Um, because although they didn't have like the pedigree of a Minnesota or Sparks or uh, things like that, like they were still looked at as a premier franchise because they were willing to spend. Like the fact that the Liberty were threatened to be disbanded over paying for private flights is truly one of the craziest things in sports. Or at least it was at the time. And like it was very crazy. It's crazy that they even considered that, even if they didn't go through with that all the way. Um, Wings, thank you for joining the club. Uh, we need that ASAP because y'all also look crazy. Um,
I'm gonna whack them just for a little bit because just for a minor thing. Um, they just broke ground last week, and they said it's gonna be ready in 2026. I mean, the construction I do in my everyday job is a little bit different than building construction, but 5 months is real quick. That's all I'm gonna say. So if it's not ready in April, just know I warned y'all that this is it never gave that. I don't know about that. I don't know about
they getting
yeah, I
engineers
just
from they getting engineers from China. You know they don't play.
that.
Niggas will get you a bridge built in 2 business days.
Well, they better hope because that timeline is real slim, real slim.
The Sky, you were also kind of nasty because, well, not even kind of. You were just the fact that you have the small square footage, and again, you've lost so many players to the fact that you were being cheap, and now even though you open in your purse, you still kind of cheap. It's the smallest square footage, it's the smallest amount of money being invested. It's like, mm, it's very, I guess, of them. I guess we'll have to see when the facility actually looks like when it is here, but it's very, I guess.
yeah, they all get a I guess from me right now.
Everybody, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
What I'm interested in I guess this is due to markets, but I'm interested to see how the Sparks and the Portland team have spent 150 million and they get much less, almost half the square footage that the Fever get, and the Fever spent half of the bread.
Also, I think part of it, the Fever didn't have to pay for like the land costs. I think it was donated to them, so they're fully funded
Oh,
for the building.
this is why we ask questions. But yeah,
But even if they didn't, like, it's much cheaper to live in Indiana than Seattle and LA. So the material cost is probably cheaper, and they probably I don't know if they're gonna have as much in there just because like the Pacers already have like they already have the Fever already have stuff. So it's not like they're starting from scratch with nothing.
fair enough. Uh, I guess my only other thing is I do feel bad for De'Erica because she was very excited about her. Uh, she was very excited about the new Sparks Arena, and all of her mentions were, "Nigga, you're not gonna be here to enjoy it." And I feel like it was very funny. I cannot flex that it was funny. It was also slightly unnecessary, but it was funny. But it was like, damn, y'all can't just let this girl hide this for one day.
And it's crazy because why would they trade her? Like they
I was,
she the
I,
best thing they've
that's
had.
no, that's what I was gonna say. It was like I don't like why are we so sure? I think it depends. I think they would like to keep her around, but who knows?
Literally.
People want them to. I guess the idea is hello.
Hey,
I guess the idea is her and potentially Kelsey to be traded so they can enter the Juju sweepstakes. But I don't know. I feel like you get them so they could win you games. Honestly, them niggas are not gonna get Juju because they're gonna be winning too many games, and niggas are gonna be sick.
Juju is going to the
yeah,
Connecticut one, so it doesn't matter.
that's that's the agenda. That's the agenda. We all the way here.
That's insane, actually. Oh, what?
I said this last week, or I think we talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago. Imagine living in LA like majority of your life, and you know nothing but palm trees and the coast, and then you get traded to Connecticut.
They gonna be in Hartford. It's gonna be better. She gonna at least have
Hell
a
no,
Chipotle,
no.
and they might
And they
have a
gonna have
grocery store in Hartford.
a squad. Like that's like if you got Juju with Layla and Sanaya and Aliyah Edwards, that's a
And
good
niece.
basketball field.
And niece.
And Nice, exactly. That's a good team.
I love
You
me
do?
some Layla.
Is Connecticut gonna stick 2 years in a row?
Are they gonna what?
Are they gonna stink 2 years in a row?
Yeah,
Um,
maybe not. You
maybe I
know.
mean because I feel like
See,
I mean,
if
I'm
they ain't
thinking
gonna
see
be
because
because
they gonna be
here's I
bad,
guess
but they
if
gonna still
I'm
be bad.
here's what I'm thinking. I'm
Oh,
thinking if we even look at like the teams that were bad, or the teams who have had top picks, and think about where they were 2 years ago, and it's like I don't know. If it's number one, someone who might get the number one pick, it might be somebody like Seattle. Like Seattle might that like after next year, if these niggas don't win next year, they might just be like Skylar, NECA, all
oh, I
y'all,
think it's time for that this year. No?
y'all do what y'all got
yeah,
to do.
it might be
So it might be Juju and Dom.
T.
to be. I I think I want that. Like I feel like that would be such a good team in Connecticut. Even if they winning, I need them to just miss the playoffs and then let the ping pong balls fall where they may.
Not you want them
Because
to tank for real.
see,
That's true.
I don't want them to tank. I need because wins is how you boost morale. But I just need a little bit of luck, just a little bit of luck on their side.
What's really gonna be crazy if one of these really good teams finesse. a team into tanking for them, and then you get a situation where like how Minnesota is now, where they could potentially have the #1 pick, and so somebody who is really good can potentially have Juju anyway because they done finesse the shit out of somebody.
It got to be somebody with a good GM though, and we are solid, and it's not a lot.
It's really not a lot.
Atlanta just won Executive of the Year. Y'all trying to finesse?
And it could be Atlanta. I take it.
I am a little shocked that he won Executive of the Year. They had a great team. I get it. I was shocked that he won though. But I mean, I get it.
I think it's because you got BG and Bree Jones to commit together. That's to me a little crazy. Because when it happened, I was like, how did you swing that?
Yeah, I was gonna say the fact that Bree Jones being, I mean, I knew that she was gonna be a super impactful signing no matter where she went, and of course, I wanted her in Atlanta because my team. So, but for her to be as impactful as she was, you also bring BG in, and you're able to draft Tahina Pow in the second round. It's like that's just. I mean, now part of that is luck because I didn't think Tahina would be there in the middle of the second round, but that's the perfect fit. She was the perfect fit for that team. So, but yeah, I guess I wasn't too surprised. And Nas having the season that she had after being a second round pick a couple years ago. So I think all of that plays a part.
If Atlanta didn't get it, what team would have gotten Executive of the Year?
Valkyrie's got the second most vote.
Yeah, Golden State. Yeah,
Valkyries.
Which makes sense. Like she
Coach
did.
of the Year, and Executive of the Year would have been crazy.
Because at first we did not. I know a lot of me included did not see the vision for the Valkyries. So
at all, I said
not even.
We're planning a low light tape of takes at some point, and
I know mine on there.
Our Valkyries takes will be on it because we said some very bad things about them.
They made it work.
They did. I do have to give them their chance for that. I fear I really wanted them to be bad though. They just were not.
They were not. They were not.
Well, I guess, Jamae, I know you've had an anti-Sandy agenda for a really long time.
We're gonna come back to Sandy. We're gonna come back to Sandy.
Oh, I didn't know if you would have spearhead that conversation.
No. Why do I have to be the spearhead for the anti-Sandy? We're gonna get to this later, but I am still a little shocked. Not shocked, but like shocked.
I'm not.
I mean,
I feel like if anyone was there,
deserved,
I feel like
I think we all had our crazy. It looked crazy in the light.
If anybody was like, "Nah, she need to be out of here," it was you.
It was me. I'm not.
So you got to
it is crazy. I did pray on that lady downfall. I mean, I've been praying on her downfall since 23 because it still don't make sense to me. You look at that roster and they lost. That will never.
Which all builds though. You lost to the Aces when they had Kayla George playing and Sid Colson. You barely won the next year. I don't even think the series should have went that long. You barely won, and then this year you did that. 1 + 1 + 1 = 3 to me.
But I think my biggest thing was that, like, when I listened to his presser, and yeah, we'll talk about that later. I was like, it's giving. I don't have a vision. I needed to fire her, and it's fine that you would have did that, but you should have did that 2 years ago when you saw that it won't really working. Instead of now, look a little like.
But he did say he thought about it last season, but then they won. So. He did say
that. And that was the thing. Like, okay, they said, well, we'll give it one more year. And then you give it one more year and y'all win the championship. And he's like, oh, we can't do it now.
He said the only reason why he didn't fire her was for continuity purposes. And I understand that. Because firing a coach off of winning a championship is nuts.
I can't, man. I don't know.
Firing a coach after winning a championship is nuts.
Anyway. We're going to talk about, we'll come back to Sandy and Noelle because on paper it do look crazy, but anyway. Mike asked us, excuse me, Mike asked us to look at unbiased, air quotes, locations for Angel Reese, and where she was gonna go.
Well, I know we are going to talk about that with Lo, and she just disappeared.
I'm sure she'll come back. It's fine. And Jay, you you read a bunch of articles.
Yes.
Actually, before we even get to that, do you guys think she actually should be traded?
Yeah. I think that locker I bless me. I think that locker room will be really hard pressed to be salvageable, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's like, and obviously we don't know these people in real life and like what their relationships are in real life and really how they feel about each other. I think there's already too many things that are assumed as far as bad blood that like even where the fans are like hyper analyzing like, oh, they didn't put Angel in none of their highlights or their posts for the season, or like the social media team hasn't posted her in a long time. It's like I don't think you can come back from that with this similar group. Obviously, no team is the exact same from year to year, but I mean, like, Eric Atkins is probably still going to be there. Rachel Band is probably still going to be there. Elizabeth Williams probably going to be like a lot of the people that people feel like are anti-Angel at this point are still going to be on the team. So it's like an outside noise matters, whether people want to make it seem like it doesn't or not. Um, I think that there's already certain type of things said, especially with how reachable a lot of W players are. It's like all of them see everything, whether they want to or not. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people just assume people search their name, and it's like, nah, like this is probably coming to me specifically. So yeah,
It's on my For You page.
that shit on my For You page, like, like yeah, I just think it's not I don't really think it's salvageable, unfortunately. So we'll see where that does.
I guess in term, okay, if I'm not looking at the locker room stuff, because I mean I don't know, if I'm only looking at the basketball fit and the basketball sense of it, should she be traded? No, because I think it will be difficult for Chicago to get adequate value for her.
I can see that.
And the reason I say that is if you're a GM, if you're in the front office for the Chicago Sky and you say, we got a second year player that has already been a two-time All-Star, the way that I value her in terms of what we should be able to get for her is going to be high. If I'm a GM for another team, am I willing to gut my asset pool? Probably not. So my thought is, if you're Chicago, you're saying we need at least a pick that's going to be in the top five to come back. If I'm letting Angel go, I need a top five pick in return. Is there a team out there that would be willing to give that up? I think there is, which we'll get to.
I think
But
oh,
I feel like most teams would rather say, okay, maybe a later pick, and we'll try to stack a couple of assets on top of that. But if I'm Chicago, it's like, no, I want the premium asset here.
I think the difficult thing to me, at least along the lines of what you're saying, is she, and of course, correct me if I'm wrong, she kind of reminds me of like a diet AT. At least it's kind of seemed like what she's progressing into with the playmaking chops. Obviously, she defends very well. The scoring is questionable at times. whether it's they've been setting her up for the right things or not. The playmaking is elevating. It's not AT level, but it is elevating. And so I think with that, like you said, you want adequate value and you want something really you're gonna want something really good for a two-time All-Star. So it's like if I'm trading for her, I don't want her to be the best player on my team or my first scoring option. And I think most teams that would have the ability to take on that or the assets or trade for that, she would probably immediately be that. At least more than likely best player. And I think that would make things a little weird. Now, if she continues to develop into fully the AT thing, obviously with AT it has worked for multiple franchises at this point in multiple years. But being a perennial MVP candidate is very hard. So it's an interesting scenario, truly.
So to me, I feel like the teams that would make the most sense to trade for her get broken up into two categories for me. And the first category is a basketball fit, where we've got high level scorers already. We can add her to be a complementary piece to go with what we already have. On the other side of that, you have teams that would look to market her as the face of their franchise. So to me, those two, I feel like there are two teams that fit into that second category, at least as of right now. And those two teams are Toronto and Portland. Because you're basically saying we're bringing the W to this city and we're giving y'all a star player to rally around. It doesn't have much to do with basketball fit because we don't even know what their rosters are going to look like. But what you're saying is we have a marquee player. Is it worth it to give up these assets to get a marquee player?
What are you giving up if you're Portland or Toronto?
So Portland and Toronto, in some order, will have the 6th pick and then the 7th pick in this year's draft. If that's the first round pick, I'm willing to give that up for Angel.
I am also.
But you think you think you're doing 1 for 1?
No, you would probably, and then, see, that's the other thing, because with the expansion draft, you probably gonna have to it's probably gonna have to be a handshake deal in place with Chicago to say, all right, this is our roster from the expansion draft. In addition to pick 6 or pick 7, who do you want? And it's basically you basically negotiate from there, and you say, is that enough? I would be willing to do that to get Angel on my team if I'm an expansion team.
As far as basketball fit, what are your teams that you feel like fit that category?
We
The
talked a
first,
little bit. Oh.
yeah, we talked about it a little bit. The first team that comes to mind is Minnesota, though.
Yeah, because if
Because
Minnesota come calling and Chicago can get their pick back and they can send Angel, I might even let that be a 1 for 1. Like, you go ahead.
yeah. Matter of fact, let's say Chicago has the odds have them with what, pick 2?
At worst, you get 4.
Right. If that's a 1-for-1 swap for Angel, that's worth it to do that because you don't have to you don't have to rush her into the starting lineup. I mean, you can if you want to. It's not. I mean, Cheryl. I'm not telling Cheryl Reeve what to do with her lineups at all. So, like, you give her. You say we trade this pick. We're not gonna worry about you trying to come in and develop a rookie. You trade the pick in a 1-for-1 for Angel. Get her acclimated into that system. Let see if that is the piece that makes y'all a championship caliber team.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's the same. I guess my biggest issue, my biggest like question with the trade thing, to answer my initial question, it's like I feel like Chicago is the perfect place for her to be, especially if she's saying I want to be a superstar in the future. Like this is your time. Like you're gonna get the reps. You are the face of the team essentially. Like you're not going to get a better opportunity to like grow into who you want to be as a player regardless of what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a baby AT, you can do that. If you want to be an Asia Wilson, you can do that. Like you have the space opportunity to work on that. Um, so I feel like from a basketball standpoint, I don't feel like Chicago should trade her, especially since the only people that Chicago has signed are their rookies. So everybody else, it theoretically can go. Now you are essentially in that same position again of now we have to convince people to come here and play. And given what just happened, are people actually gonna want to come here and play? And so I think that's where you have to be like, okay, well we'll trade her, but if you're Angel, I think Minnesota like is kind of a perfect fit, right? You can go in there. And I know people now hate to just define her as a rebounder, but that's her skill. That's her asset. Like at this point, she can do like every team needs that. You're like any team can plug and play her off of that on its own. Her defense and rebounding alone can have her plugging and playing on any team. And I feel like Minnesota works because Angel isn't that big, but she makes up for it in her rebounding. And she's already an impeccable I mean, I ain't gonna say impeccable, that's a strong word, but she's also a great defender. And like Minnesota is a great defensive team. And if we're saying, okay, maybe they go away from an Alana, like I feel like that's a good, a good flip. I don't think they should go away from Alana. I'm just saying it. The TL is ready to throw her away. Um, I feel like that's a good plug and play or whatever, or a good replacement rather. Um, and so I I do like the thing. They also talked about New York. Um, what was the
So the trade offer for New York was Angel goes to New York and Chicago gets Niara Sabali, who is under contract through next year, a first round pick in 2027 and a second round pick in 2027.
If I'm Chicago, I don't know if I want Nira Sabali just because she's been injured so much. Um, but if she's not injured, if she's healthy,
Yeah, that's another upside swing. Niara is 1 year older than Angel, so
and
I mean,
she already like what she can do offensively. She's not a bad defender. What is she, 6'3", 6'4"?
six, I think so. Let me make sure. Niara is 6'5".
6'5" next to 6'7". I don't know. But also you could, I mean, you do keep her, let's say you hypothetically keep everybody that they had this year except for Angel. You can put a Niara next to Michaela playing the 4. I mean, I know she wants to like playing the 4, but she's been trying to get the 3 thing going, but like
Right.
that could
But
work.
you can do that. Like I think it allows you, like if you swap Angel for Niara, it allows you to keep some of your lineup versatility. Like I understand that like you can play Michaela on your way at the you can play her at the 4, you can play her at the 3 with some lineups, but it allows you to keep some of that optionality on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
How do we feel about Dallas?
So my thought about Dallas, are you essentially playing Angel in the role that Haley Jones played down the stretch this season?
The supercharged Haley Jones?
You think I'm not gonna say that.
I guess the reason I'm asking is because Haley was doing a lot of the stuff that I would imagine you would want Angel to do, especially offensively, because she worked as kind of a complementary playmaker. So that's my thought.
I
So
think it I think as far as like I know people did not like Chris this year for
fan fiction reasons,
many
you can
fan
say that.
fiction unfair reasons. But and I mean we pointed this out many times on the podcast. I think the issue more so than anything was defense more than offense. And I feel like if people did not feel like Angel had a decent role offensively with Chicago in either year that she's played, I feel like Chris has the ability to figure it out, and she would also be playing with the best player she's ever played with in Paige. So, I mean, it's like she's at like easily the best guard that she's played with since she's been in the league. Um, and like you said, her being able to be a complimentary playmaker and take it to the court, Paige streaking up the court, like I think that duo works. I think people want it to work for fan fiction reasons. Um, Not to say that like the basketball fit is bad by any means, but I think that team has the uh skill set to figure it out. Now, do you trade Enrique to get Angel? Or are you banking on Paige, Enrique, Angel?
Are you asking me, or are you asking me as like Dallas front office?
Both.
Because the answer is no either way.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so you have Paige, Enrique, Angel. And again, I
The
feel like
only
as a
the only way I say yes to that is if Enrique asked to leave. Like I can't imagine just saying, "Oh yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll make this trade." I cannot in good faith make that trade.
and I can understand that because I know all three of us are very much Enrique truthers. To me, I know her fit this year was weird. I do think this was like this may not have been an efficient year for her, but I think this was a perfectly fine year for her as far as her succeeding in a new role. Obviously, Dallas wasn't very good, but that was far from her fault, although people wanted to make it her fault. Um, she wasn't particularly efficient. That's not really what I go to Enrique for, regardless. But I think this is her best playmaking year. This is her best off-ball movement year. Uh, this is one of her best defensive years. Like, I think she was ready, willing, and able to fit with in a new system, and she was playing around the hella injuries. Um, Learning not to have the ball in her hand as much as she is used to. Like, Paige is obviously again very, very good. So like figuring out working off each other is a very big thing. And it seemed like they understood that and everyone else didn't. Um, so like I feel like those three could work together. So yeah, I'm not trading Enrique for a lot of things. As much as people want to get rid of her. If I'm Dallas, it's like you are gonna have to tell me you want to leave unless there's some crazy shit on the table.
Yeah, no.
She is a free agent this year, but I expect her to resign. Like my thing with Enrique is just like, why would you? Like you are at the top of this franchise's everything. Why would I leave? Why would I
Yeah,
leave?
I don't understand that unless like that's what I was like. I feel like Enrique has to be like, or they work something out and saying she comes to y'all and she says, "Look, I'm a free agent. I'm finna sign here. Y'all can work something out."
Yeah.
Like that's other than that, it's a no.
And to me, like Enrique's career is young enough to where Dallas can be good in her many years and like she could be in a place where she can win. I know that's kind of what everyone wants to do. If Dame has taught me anything, I think you're seeing like there was discourse about him leaving and ring chasing or whatever, whatever. And I think you're seeing players take more appreciation in being a franchise's GOAT more so than like going out to try to find the best avenue to win because the grass is not always greener. Like Enrique could go to New York Liberty or Minnesota or whatever top team at the time and to try and win a championship and then something stupid happens and them niggas just don't win. Like
Yeah,
and like had Dame not left Portland, he could have yeah, he has a lot of records for Portland, obviously, but he could have continued to blow all them records out in the dust and like continue to build over there. So I feel like things could seem very easy, like, damn, I should leave so I could win a ring, but it's like I also could very much not. Um, and I feel like with Enrique, I feel like you'll probably see that as a big decision for her in the next couple of years. It's like do I really believe in what Dallas is going on? And like, do I stick with this or do I do what I can for the best possible chance to win right now?
I just feel like Enrique could be there, Kelsey Mitchell. I just don't see why that cannot be her character arc for any reason. Uh, and I think in with that in mind, I think Angel. I don't hate Angel in Dallas. I don't know if I love it, but I don't hate it. And I guess if you're giving people up, like if I'm Chicago, you might have to come up off Isaiah. You might have to. I think they have Amy Okwankwo's rights. I might ask for her.
I'm definitely
yeah.
asking for
And
Haley Jones.
is Haley a free agent? She might be.
She restricted, I think. I think everybody who they signed hardship with are restricted free agents.
Okay.
Um, Amy Haley. Who else I just say?
Isaiah,
Isaiah. Um,
I'm not coming off that first if I'm Dallas.
yeah, I'm not either. I'm not either.
Not if I'm yeah, because especially with the pick projected to be number one, 'cause I'm not.
If I'm Chicago, I think I will be asking for. You said you're not trading Isaiah?
No, I'm saying I'm
No,
asking for
I
Zion.
feel
Like you don't have
you
to say
probably
her to
do.
me.
Yeah.
I might ask for Isaiah and Maddie Segrist.
Oh yes, Maddie's. Yeah, actually, I might. I think I would. Now, if I'm Dallas, I'm saying hell no. But
And see, and that's
if I'm Chicago, I'm
If
gonna
I'm
say
Chicago, you gotta ask.
give,
Honestly,
give me them
if I'm
two.
Chicago, I'm gonna ask for Mahi Shines out. I need that vet in my locker room.
Oh, wait a minute.
okay.
Hold on. Let's back up.
We've had some crazy ass locker room experiences. I need that.
Okay.
Maisha Allen is a unrestricted free agent, so you will not be trading her.
Well, then
Yeah,
Um,
that's good.
I might need. I'm gonna have to call her. Like I know we look crazy, but I think you can save us.
All right, so
I don't.
here's the
Well,
I just feel like
Maisha next to
Camilla.
Camilla.
But I think Maddie Segrist is my number one priority if I'm Chicago.
Yes, I do take. I would run
I
that.
agree.
I would.
It's funny. I feel like I don't see these teams coming to agreement on a trade.
You
I
might
don't.
even
I
ask for Louisa though. Hold on. I mean, I think they could get some because I feel
I
like
mean, they're taking
Dallas.
Louisa or Maddie Segrist.
No.
You
Now, I
would
mean, maybe not.
both?
Or well, I ain't gonna say you ask for both. I
well,
can say
if I'm Chicago,
If
if,
I'm Dallas
if
and you ask for both, I'm farting on the phone and hanging up. Don't play
but
on my phone.
if I'm Chicago, you ain't
I
like
mean, go ahead. No, for real. I would Maddie Segrist immediately. Like, let me get that. Let me get
yeah.
that.
Is so Diamond Miller just stuck?
She can't come to Chicago, but what's she gonna do over
Nah,
there?
I need Diamond Miller to hold tight because I think they can figure it out, but I need her to stay where she at.
She got it. Yeah, she
Does
got. But
Chicago
I'm saying,
ask for
but see, if Maddie Segrist is gone, I think that opens up a route for Diamond Miller. I know she's
does Chicago
free,
ask for
but
JJ Clearly?
I love the small
Bro,
guard movement, but
I don't know if
Chicago got enough. They need a little bit of
yeah.
balance over there. She can't be the one.
She's snatching Haley Bentley chain as soon as she get there.
I mean, immediately, but like that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to replace Angel. I think Maddie, Louisa, Haley. Oh, Amy Okonkwo is gonna be a free agent,
Yeah, okay.
so
So
we don't even worry about her. Haley, Louisa, Maddie Segrist. I'm on that,
yeah,
and Isaiah.
yeah.
I'm on. I need at least two of them.
In the chat, somebody said, "What angel trades did y'all cook up as long as y'all didn't involve the dream?" I don't
Let's
want to talk
get
about the
to
dream.
them. Let's actually
I
get to
did
them.
I really wish Lo was here because I really wish Lo was here
Where is
um
Low? Where is Low?
because
Undisputed.
I saw an Angel to Atlanta trade.
Tell him what the trade was.
So the trade was Angel to the Atlanta Dream for Nas Hillman and a 2026 first round pick.
So I'm assuming your starting lineup is
The same. It's just with Angel at the 4 instead of Nas.
are we looking into the future and assuming Tahina is gonna start?
No, I'm
No, it's
not for the sake
she ain't take
not
her
for the
pain like
not for
that.
the
Hold on.
not for the sake of this exercise. Let's say no. For the sake of
Okay.
this exercise, let's say that JC is still here, and we'll say that the starting
Bro,
five.
y'all don't have
I like that.
nobody signed.
Yeah, no, it's just
Y'all got
it's
Sika, Maya
yeah
Caldwell, and the rookies.
yeah.
Well, I guess Ryan and Nas are restricted,
Ryan
but
yeah Ryan and Nas are restricted, and then we got Tahina and
Taylor
Taylor,
Jersey.
and then Who did we draft last year? Nobody, because we stashed our first rounder last year.
Yeah. I'm
So no,
saying the Nas Hillman in a pick is immediate no to me. It's a no for me. But if we could get Maya Caldwell on the phone, I might even accept. No, I need Maya. I need Maya and Tahina, actually. I fear you have to give me both. I cannot
see,
walk out of here
this
without
is
If
why.
I'm Atlanta, I'm taking. I mean, if I'm Atlanta, I'm taking that trade. I'm sorry.
you all really. I don't know. I mean,
Oh,
oh,
I love Nas. I promise I do.
you take
oh.
Nas
Wait,
in a pick for Angel?
in the chat we got. I don't think Lowe
If
would
I'm
like that.
Atlanta,
Nah,
absolutely.
like that. I don't think Lowe would like that Nas trade. I don't like it. I don't like it. So
I
I'm.
love Nas, but like,
I okay. I understand. I understand where the. I do think. I think that Atlanta is kind of in. I think Atlanta is kind of in that space where they'd be like, okay, we have the pieces. We don't need you to be the number one option. And this is me as a Dream fan speaking, saying that I don't like it. So me as if I'm putting my basketball value GM hat on, I understand. But I am too emotionally invested in this team to
and
say
I
anything other than
understand.
no.
Imagine
No, wait,
Carl
no.
Smesco
No, but I think you cannot trade
with
away
Angel.
Nas simply because she is your glue piece. Like we talk
Yeah.
about all year, vibes matter, bro. You cannot trade Nas.
Nas
You can't trade Nas.
Nas is the vocal leader for the Dream.
And she's your franchise player's best friend, bro. Are you nuts? Like, no. Really? I would
Okay.
almost accept anybody except Nas and Leash. Like everybody else, all right. But Nas and Leash is crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I can't get there.
So you would
I
trade
can't get there.
Ron for Angel before?
Man,
No, you're
no,
not
no,
changing
no,
none of the
no.
three of
See,
them.
no. I do it
No,
what
you
you mean.
said only Ron. I mean, you said only Leash and Nas. That's why I
Yeah,
was
because
making
I
sure.
mean,
But
Ryan is the franchise player. What the fuck
right,
would you trade her?
That's why I'm making sure. I'm making sure. I'm making sure.
no, man, I
No,
can't.
we're not trading Ryan, Nas, or Leash. That like if you trade Nas, you might as well trade Ryan. And I don't think the Atlanta Dream want to start over. So
I'm
like,
just
Absolutely,
I don't know,
absolutely
man.
not.
I'm just thinking of Carl Smesco with Angel and like I
doing
that
what? She
just
can't shoot threes.
but I think she can get I think she could do things
Like
as
what?
far
You
as
gotta be real
I think
specific
that
right
I
now.
think I think there are playmaking things that she can do that she would love. Again, and also Nas has been a great defender this year, but I'm imagining a defensive rotation of Bree Jones, Angel, Ryan, and Leash, and that sounds like hell to deal with if I'm an
See,
opposing team.
you sleeping on Maya. You ain't even mentioned Maya's defense. See, we like
No, I was thinking of just I was
He's not
thinking
my
of
friend. He's
just
yeah.
trying to ruin the vibes in Atlanta, bro. Like I can't.
we were only talking about basketball. We ain't talking about Bob since I started.
Bro, you can't even no, it's not even like a vibes like, oh, these are just my friends. Like Nas is literally like holding the fucking team together. Like this is
Yeah,
not
like
like
even like
oh, that's my
Bob,
friend. Like I'm a keeper. Like no, like Nas is kind of like the bread and butter of the team, low key. Like you can't disrupt that.
yeah.
The basketball not even going well. You see when they needed somebody to go in there start Atlanta, they knocked on Nas's door. She was the next man up. You're not gonna disrupt. I don't think you disrupt that.
So, okay, well then let me ask you this. Let's say Angel stays on Chicago for another year
Which I think she should. But
and Atlanta performs similarly
similarly to what?
this year as
Jesus
Losing
far
Christ,
the first
I
as
can
round.
only imagine. I
as
can
far as
we
they
I,
have an amazing regular season and then they do not do well in the first round. Would you be more inclined?
No, because clearly that
I just
like
can't imagine.
I don't think that implies to me that you think there's a front court issue.
No. It's not even that I think that it
No, but
needs
it is,
a
because
front court issue. But
if you're saying Nas is the person you replace to change up what's going on here, like I feel like Nas is less inconsequential than a Leash or a Ryan. In terms of what the team is doing. Like I don't think the Atlanta Dream have performed better because Nas has stepped up. But if they're not, them progressing forward is not hinged on Nas. Like that's a very clear Ryan, Leash, maybe a Bree Jones. So like even if Atlanta did the exact same thing next year, I don't think that's like Nas Hillman, replacing Nas Hillman is not gonna make or break my team. Like, and even if it's an Angel, if Angel not coming in, knocking down threes, or at least knocking down a midi consistently, she's not gonna do nothing for Atlanta. Like they're not gonna change. She's not gonna like elevate them in any way. Maybe they get more rebounds, but like it's still gonna be hinged on your big three of Leash, Ryan, and Bree Jones.
Bree. Yeah, I do think if the Dream performs similarly, like Jamae said, it would be at the feet of Ryan, Leash, and Bree. I do think if a starter was to be moved in the event that the season went similarly, it would be JC. And I don't think it's as simple as, oh, we just make Tahina the starter. I think you have to do a little bit more than that. And
Yeah,
I don't think trading for Angel is the fix for that either.
I don't think it's necessarily a fit. My thought process wasn't like, oh, y'all trade for Angel, it's gonna fix all your problems. I know teams are more so inclined to make desperate moves when things do not work right. And that was just my hypothetical on would it be more appealing to be like, okay, well, there's an all-star available if things did not work out for a second year in a row.
Yeah,
see,
but
sometimes see, I
feel like replacing Nas with Angel for the Atlanta Dream is a margins move. Like if and that's assuming that Angel gets the shooting. Because without the shooting, I feel like it disrupts adding Angel disrupts Atlanta more than it helps them. And maybe they need a disruption. I don't know if they at that point yet, right? But in your scenario, next year, same thing happened. I don't know if that disruption is enough to push them one way or the other.
This is gonna sound crazy, but I don't think an upgrade in talent is always the answer.
Oh no. That's not crazy at all. That
Like
makes perfect
I feel
sense.
like I would rather have a player that's a better fit than a player who you would consider to be more talented, more often than not. Unless the talent you're getting is just a game-changing talent.
Yeah.
So that's my thought.
And I think the Atlanta experiment has like the Atlanta experiment being like Ryan Howard, franchise player, we trying to focus around her. I think it has like at least 2 more years before they're like, all right, now we need to do something. So I don't think Angel to Atlanta would be high on my list of destinations.
I agree.
Where is low? Where is low?
I think she had to go back to work.
It's okay.
Who
Do we what we talk about now? We talk about Sandy and Noelle.
Right before we do that though, the last one that I thought was egregious, I need to just get this out. There was a trade for actually there were two very egregious ones.
Which
The
one?
first
Which one?
one was the Washington Mystics
Okay,
trade
yeah.
first round pick and Sonia Citron for Angel Reese. That's nuts. I don't even want to discuss that, but I just need everybody to know that's insane. Hard no. The second one was the Seattle
Seattle.
Storm trade what? Their second pick? Their
It was
their first
a.
round?
It says. It says their first round pick this year, 2026 first round pick.
Their 2026 first round pick and Dominique Malunga for Angel Reese. Is everybody crazy? Like,
Yeah,
what do
no,
you mean by
That's
that?
that's nasty.
yeah. I can't. I can't get there.
Now, if Seattle is really, let me look at who else they got signed right quick. Now, Seattle's really serious about a trade, and I'm Chicago. Let me see. Let me make sure. They got signed for next year. They got Jordan Horston, Nika Mule, Dominique Malonga, and Lexi Brown. You send me Jordan Horston and that first round pick, I'm on that. Now, if I'm Seattle,
Yeah,
I might not go for it. But if I'm Chicago,
I
I'll let
think.
you have it.
I think. I think Jordan Horston coming off an injury. I think I would. I think I consider that. I would consider that. I don't know if I'm just like, yeah, send that in, but I'd be listening. What about Washington? What does a Washington trade look like realistically to you?
Let me look and see who they got. Because
What is it?
Kiki
What
and
is a
Sonya
Kiki?
off
What
the
is what
table.
does a Kiki and Angel front court look like?
We're not well,
Because I
yeah.
mean, if you're not gonna trade Kiki, so you have to think about what is that basketball fit.
Yeah,
Okay, so so Mystics have Suge and Suge and Shakira as restricted free agents. Emily Inksler is reserved. Sonya, Kiki, Georgia A. Moore, JC Sheldon, Lucy Olsen are all signed, and Madison Scott as a reserved contract. If I'm Chicago, I'd accept Suge, I'd accept JC, I'd accept Emily Inksler. I mean, obviously Shakira. But maybe, I mean, but not being greedy, I would accept Suge, Shakira. I mean, Suge, Emily, JC Sheldon,
and the
and
first,
low key Madison Scott. Lowest of keys. I mean, they got Maddie Westbeld, so they don't. I feel like they working out the same kind of thing. But I might like let me see what she got in training camp. I don't know.
yeah, I think I in terms of Don asking what does a Angel and Kiki pairing look like, I just don't like that. Like I just don't like that because I feel like I don't like Kiki playing the five. And how much do you want to play Angel at the five? Like I feel like that can only be
Five.
I feel like that can only be a small doses type thing.
I guess Shakira be playing the five. You right. Hmm. I don't love it, but if you keep a Stephanie Dolson, I think you can play around with their minutes enough for it to work. Washington wouldn't be my first call either, Sammy, But if I was Chicago, I might pick up the phone and say, hey, would y'all be interested? I might see. Just to see what they say.
I think that's why I feel like the teams where, like I said, the two buckets of the teams that I think will be traded for Angel. I think the expansion teams are on this side, and then the teams that the contenders that might be one piece away is the other side. So that's why I feel like Minnesota and New York make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. I like those. Okay. Now on to Sandy Brondello, Noelle Quinn. Rip to both of them. Not rip because they're not dead, but rip to their head coaching positions. Sandy Brondello got fired after 4 seasons in New York. She's actually their all-time winningest coach, and she brought them their first championship. Noelle Quinn, on the other hand, is Seattle's second all-time winningest coach, and this is their second year in a row losing the playoffs in the first round.
Yeah, because they lost to the Aces in the first round last year.
Okay, so
so they lost to the Aces back-to-back years in the first round.
This wouldn't
yeah,
have happened if they had played the Lynx.
It almost
they would have
they
lost to the
almost
Lynx.
they almost
No,
pulled off the upset. They almost pulled off the upset this year.
I think they would have beat the Lynx because there was hate. There was hate with us, and that's why they play hard. But I think with the Lynx it was hate. Like
No,
I don't think
I think
I don't I can't.
honestly, Fee ain't really been that, but I don't think she liked how Skylar did her. So I think she might actually would have found something there.
do I really think they would have won? No, but it's funny to think about.
Yeah, so both of those coaches got fired after these seasons they've had. Noelle was with them for 5 years, with Seattle for 5 years. And before we start this conversation, I do want to say I need everybody to stop comparing them. I need y'all to stop comparing Sandy and Noelle to Chris Koklanis and Tyler Marsh. You sound crazy, okay? You sound crazy. No coach should be fired after 1 season. That is ridiculous. And I think the other thing that people aren't factoring into that, when you fire a coach, you're essentially starting over every time. And I think about players like Kelsey Mitchell and Enrique, who have obviously, both of them are incredible players, but both of them have, in their 7 and 8 year careers, have had 5 different coaches. And now you have people either questioning their talent or just realizing that, like, oh, she might be onto something because they're finding some stability. Like, we need to stop doing that. Okay, so was it right for Taretha Weatherspoon to get fired in year 1? No, but obviously extenuating circumstances made that situation happen the way it did. Can't do nothing about it. But that does not mean that any other coach should be subjected to the same thing just because their records are bad. Because at the end of the day, if your team is led by rookies, you should
You're
expect
gonna
to
be
be
bad.
bad. You're gonna be bad. I don't know how else to get y'all to understand that. I'm starting to think that y'all don't actually think like the W talent is really like that. I'm really starting to think that's what y'all think, and that people can just walk in and just cook the girls. But it take a lot more than that. And also, basketball is a team sport. I don't know how many times we have to say that either. Like, it's a team sport. Everybody got to give us something. And you're not going to get that consistently without a consistent coach. So let's stop comparing them. Don't do that again. I don't want to see that again. Sandy and Noelle, not going to lie, I did expect both of them to be fired. Well, let me back up a little bit. Noelle, I expected to be fired. This is her 5th season. And your 5th season as head coach, y'all was terrible in 23. Y'all went and got the premier talent and you did not make any progress. Like the exact same thing happened back-to-back years. You ran your starters into the ground. Pre-All-Star, they look fantastic. Post-All-Star, they look crazy. Still make the playoffs somehow. And in that, you didn't get swept this year, but you still lose in round 1. I don't know how much more. I don't know how much more grace you can give someone, especially when I feel like the excuses were, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Especially too when the issues are seemingly the same things in back-to-back years. Like you at least come up with new problems. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I did expect Noelle to be fired, and we'll start with her, and then we'll go back to Sandy.
Okay, so yeah, I was fully expecting Noelle Quinn to be fired. Once I was wondering if Seattle making the playoffs would be enough, but I kind of figured that it wouldn't be. I kind of figured that they had to pull off an upset and like make a legit run, which they had a big win at home in game 2 against the Aces, and they played well in game 3. Um, I I thought Noel actually had an interesting game plan to try to pull off the upset. It did not. It ultimately fell short, which was kind of the end for her, and she kind of knew that. But I was expecting her to be let go. I was not. I was not expecting Sandy Brondello to be let go, but I'm not surprised that she was. If that makes sense. Um, I thought that they would have given her another year just because everything that could go wrong went wrong for the Liberty this year, it seemed like. And they're a year removed from winning the title. So I thought that they would give her another shot. But like we said earlier when Lo was here, they were kind of out on her anyway. They just won. So they were like, well, we can't fire her after we won.
I feel like they should have. A hot take, they should have fired her. Because
it may be, which is it's funny, I guess, to me, something that I've heard somebody say before is if you're not certain that you like your coach, fire the coach.
Period.
And to me, it felt like based on what we heard from the Liberty GM in his exit interview, he was basically saying we've been out on Sandy for a minute. Like in so many words, he was basically like, we ain't think she was like that.
And
but
that's my problem with it. And that's also that's my problem with both everything about that presser, right? Because you're a year removed from a championship. You get a first round exit, you fire your coach, and then you get in a press conference and you say it's not about results. Because to me, if it wasn't about results, you would have fired that lady last year. Because you didn't believe in her then. And I understand he mentioned that thing about continuity. And I was like, okay, but like, if you didn't think she could get it done when you had this level of continuity and you know what I'm saying? You had basically the same team in 23-24. And if you could not get it done with that team, like, why would you think all of a sudden now she'd have it? Like, And I get it. I get it probably sounds crazier to fire somebody after a championship than to fire somebody after a first round exit. But it still look crazy to me because you're saying, well, the results don't matter and we're not thinking about what outside people are doing. And it's like, okay, but you kind of are, because in that presser, you also mentioned he kept using the word evolve, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it gave me the ick so bad. I'm like, evolve and adapt, bro. You sound like sustainability. Like, get the fuck out these buzzwords. Like, what are we doing? And it also kind of sounded to me like y'all ain't got a plan. Like, y'all fired Sandy because you was like, she gotta go. But you also didn't want to say what your vision was or what your ideal candidate looked like. We already know you think Sandy bad. You already said you fired her. Like you literally fired her. So like clearly she is not what you're looking for. Why do we need to feel like why are we acting like we need to protect Sandy's identity? Like
Yeah. So for in so many words, what it seems like is it looks like they're deciding to go away from, because I think they kind of view Sandy as a player's coach. And I think because you think about Sandy has had coaching success as a coach on teams that have like superstar talents. And because of her ability to kind of foster those relationships as a former player, like she can, the level that she can reach those players. I think that's probably what draws teams to her and why I think she won't have an issue finding another coaching job. To me, it seemed like what the Liberty are looking for is more of a tactician, somebody who's like really in the huddle drawing up coverages, drawing up how to get open looks. So I don't know. I mean, we went through some names previously of who they could look at to replace her, and I'm sure we'll bring some of those names up. But I think they'll probably look to have that balance because I do think Sandy's ability to build relationships with players is something that they could look to build on. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do look at a former player, but I think they would look at a former player that's got more bench experience as somebody who's more schematic, who's more used to drawing plays up.
I think one of the other things that bother me about they kind of bothered me about what he was saying. Is he was talking about how he was like looking at the numbers and like how their 2025 numbers were very similar to 2024 numbers, except I guess other teams got better and they just couldn't match that or what I guess they couldn't match it, but they just kind of stayed where they were. And to your point, I do think he is looking for somebody who can really draw some shit up. But I think that feels a little like, I don't want to say detrimental. That feels like too big of a word. But it feels like when you always chasing a thing instead of this is how we play and we're going to beat people with how we play. Like, I feel like there's a way to be successful in that. And like, we saw how New York started the season. Like, they were beating people with the way, in the way that they were when they started. Like, it was fine. The Liberty looked great. We was talking about how they were a historic team for weeks, months, most of the season, literally probably up until All-Star break when like Stewie eventually went out. People were like, like historic year for the Liberty. So it's like the thing that y'all were doing was actually working. Y'all have the worst luck right now, but like this thing is working. And so to think that you somehow need to like blow that up is what's fascinating to me. And also like They explicitly mentioned Sabrina's struggle shooting, and instead of him being like, well, Sabrina got to get in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Or Sabrina got to figure this out. They're like, we need to figure out how to make her better. And we've paired her with this person, this person, this person, and we've got, different results with each person. And I don't know. I just feel like Sandy's method, well, was it bad? Like, the Liberty weren't a bad team. And you explicitly call out people your scout against the scout against you is to just rough them up. I think you kind of have the upper hand, right? Like if they just want to beat your team up, then likely you're probably kind of doing something that makes sense. Because if you like clearly they cannot beat you schematically. They just gotta rough you up, and hopefully hopefully you say, all right, we give up. But like, is that not just mental toughness? Is that not just getting your weight up? Like, the way the conversation was framed was like, I don't see why this is, I understand Sandy being gone, but at the same time with this conversation, I don't understand Sandy being gone. Because you're talking about a team that was still top 5 in this league, and they didn't change really anything. You just missed most of your roster. And that's without having a Banaj Delaney, who clearly is very missed. Like, who clearly makes a difference in your roster. So, like, I understand, like, not wanting Sandy. I get it. I was the poster child of fire her. But at the same time, I don't understand what the swing is for. Because you're not in a position of Seattle. Y'all was going to make the playoffs just fine. Y'all ain't have half the niggas on y'all roster for a little bit. Like, Emma Meeseman showed up in August. And y'all still was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ended the season just fine. I get you maybe want to be a top team. You won $1 million now. But, like, you're not far off from winning now anyway. Even with the system that you had. Do your players need to toughen up and shoot better? Yeah. But how is a scheme going to change that? You know what I'm saying? A scheme is not going to make JJ lock in. A scheme is not going to suddenly, maybe it'll help maybe take Sabrina take good shots, but this is 2 years in a row that the shots been bad. I don't know. Maybe there's something else there after, especially her coming off an injury. Maybe she just hasn't figured it out, the shooting thing. But like, I don't know. I just didn't quite understand. I didn't understand the presser, and I feel like it could have been a press release. He could have just said, "Hey y'all, this is our thoughts on Sandy," and moved on. I think there were some good things in there, but I don't know. Overall, I just kind of felt like I left with more questions than I got answers, and I don't understand. I understand the swing, but I don't understand the swing.
So on the replacement front, if for continuity's sake, because the Liberty hired Sonya last season to be at the front of the bench. With Sandy being relieved, do we think that they just promote her?
It seems like they're interested in a shakeup, so I probably feel like no. I think to me, I would probably be fine with that because I mean I think Jermaine made a fair point. I mean, they were on a historic run to start the season. Like they looked absolutely fantastic. And then injuries were starting to affect them and they weren't the same coming back. And by the end, like the fact that Stewie was hurt and she was the only nigga who scored in the fourth was very nasty. Um, Obviously, also basketball is not played on paper, but on paper they looked like the best team in the league for a good amount of the season. Um, and I don't necessarily think it was Sandy's fault they weren't. I just think I think she was a scapegoat for the season. But I also do understand why she was fired, because if they felt like they should have fired her after a championship, I think she should have just been fired after 2023, and then this wouldn't have been an issue, or a conversation. Um, but yeah, I think firing somebody after you win a championship is crazy. So that's why they kept her, and understandably so. But it seems like, to your point, they are more interested in a tactician. And I mean, I don't know the X's and O's as far as what they're able to provide, but I think they may be looking more outside of her coaching tree, to see what's out there, and just trying to do it just seemed like they're trying to look for as many options as possible, especially based on the comments around Sabrina. Like, I don't know what I missed when the internet kicked me out, but it seems like they feel like Sabrina is their franchise. Like, although Stewie might have been the best player this, or like in this playoff run in particular, and Jonko Jones was the Finals MVP last year, but like Stewie, I mean, Sabrina is our franchise, and understandably so. I mean, she's kind of the catalyst for everything.
Is she?
Um, the way he was talking, it was like this run
It
through
do. No, I'm not.
Sabrina.
I'm not debating whether if it run through Sab or not, or even question that, because it do. It for sure do. The comments he made about that backcourt, I said, interesting.
That
Interesting.
franchise run through Sabrina. So I mean,
It do.
if he seems like whatever he gets is like, okay, I need my coach to cater to the way Sabrina plays, and I need a backcourt mate that is just going to get her, like, kid that caters to the way she plays. Now, again, I don't necessarily think it was fair to like scapegoat Natasha Cloud in that, because I don't necessarily think it was her fault for it. And like, it's not Natasha Cloud fault Sabrina ain't scoring a fourth. Um, but I think it seems like he does have a vision at the very least. Does he have a necessary direction? I don't know. But it seems like he does have a vision. And it seems like every time the Liberty have had a vision, they have been able to create it. Whether it has been successful or not has been an entirely different question. But they have gotten at least a championship out of it and multiple finals appearances. So I cannot.
Out of this iteration, but this is why this is why I
I can't hate
question.
on it.
This is why I question. But this is why I question the Sabrina is my franchise player. Sabrina is a player I build around, because what? Sabrina been there since 2020, 2020, 2021, 2022. Like, and I don't think success is just completely winning a championship, right? Like, there is always like milestones and markers you can hit. But you didn't even get close until Stewie and JJ showed up. And then you needed, and then when the chips was all on all fell down, Niera Sabali was the one who pushed you over the edge. And so I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think Stewie and JJ are malleable enough to, especially like where they are in their careers. I'm pretty sure both of them are very proud about where they are, and don't feel like I need to do anything extra. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be a franchise star, yada yada yada. Like, I don't think any of those have, either one of them have that sort of vibe to them. So it doesn't matter probably, but like, also, if they not here, what are you going to do? Who, like, what are you going to do? And I don't know. I mean, your franchise player doesn't, I guess, have to be your best player, right? They don't have to be. But also,
Yeah, I don't really know what it is that a lot of that press conference, like you said, it kind of felt like he was announcing that they were making moves in silence.
That's exactly what he did. That's literally what he did.
He was like, oh yeah, it's a big change is coming, you know. But that's all I can say. That's all
No,
I can say
literally,
for
that's
now.
literally what it was,
Which
bro. I
I mean,
swear.
and I know it's technically true because what do you say after you fired your head coach and you ain't had no interviews? But it was just the
You don't
opposite.
have no interviews, no search forms, no shortlisted candidates. You can't give us no vision. I mean, like, you didn't want to disparage your old head coach, which I get, but like, also, the lady's fired. Like, there's nothing else you can really say to down her. Like, because even if you do talk shit about her, everybody's gonna be like, "But she made it to the fight." Like, you know what I'm saying? They might actually defend her if you start talking a little too crazy. And the thing that got me was he kept saying like, we don't care about external noise, we don't care about external pressure. Like, the New York job is a job that people want. And it's like, bro, you're about to be on your third head coach in the 4 years that you've been GM. Are we sure? Are we sure this is a destination that people actually want to coach in? I'm sure it is. New York seems like a nice place to be, right? But are we sure? Are we sure? I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's definitely it's funny. Um, I think I don't see a world where Christy Tolliver is not a head coach next year, especially now with Phoenix being in the finals.
You think Portland calling her?
I think so. I think New York might call her. I think Seattle is gonna call Sandy.
People keep saying Sandy to Seattle, and I'm not trying to start the Seattle, I mean the Sandy hate train again, guys. But I genuinely need to know what her coaching philosophy is. I asked the TL that the other day. Nobody answered me. I genuinely need to know where her coaching philosophy is because I don't know. I don't know.
Hey,
Because
see,
the record, the numbers, all that shit is on Sandy's side. So it says that she's a good coach. But I'm thinking about her 2022 run in New York. Let me go back and look at the 2022 New York roster.
that was the year. Who was the starting five that year?
This is the wrong team. That's the fever. New York. 2022, they had Rebecca Allen, Kubai, Crystal Dangerfield, Steph Dolson, AD Durr, Natasha Howard, Sabrina Marine, Banaja, Michaela, Dee Dee, Sammy, Jocelyn, and Hanzu.
Yeah, that starting five was Sabrina, Crystal Dangerfield, Rebecca Allen, Natasha Howard, Steph Dolson. That was their starting five that year.
Mm. Oh, minutes per game.
Yeah, because and then off the bench, Hanju, Sammy Whitcomb,
You don't think
Marine
Banaja's
Johanna. Benaja
come?
got hurt. Benaja only played 9 games.
Oh, true. Okay, true, 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 true. Game started. Yeah. Sabrina, Steph Dolson, Natasha. Okay, that team going 16 and 20. Low key not bad. Low key not
Nah, yeah,
bad.
they like
Wait, hold on, Sandy. Hold on, Sandy.
so it's like so I feel like Sandy is
One,
like
two.
she's not a maybe she's not like a tactician. Maybe she and that's what I was saying. Maybe Sandy is like players coach.
They were a 7th seed. They went to the playoffs.
Yeah, they lost to the Sky.
Why do I not remember
Hey,
that?
they lost to the Sky in a good ass winner go home game. As a matter of fact,
Yeah, no.
them niggas almost beat the Sky.
Why do I not remember that?
I remember watching that game at a bar, and I was like, because I mean, I still do, of course, but I really loved Benaja Laney at the time, and I was like, damn, I really hope they win this game. And I was sick as fuck if they lost, but that was a great game.
That Sky team was a tough team because that was
And
Candace,
and the
Emma
Sky
Meeson, Vandersloot, Quigley, and Cole on that starting five.
and the Sky were funny because they were like
And they had Azarae and Rebecca Gardner off the bench with Dana.
Yes.
them
But how
niggas
do I
were
not
mid.
remember this?
Them niggas were mid most of the season, and then turned the fuck up in the playoffs.
Why do I not remember this? Low key, all right, Sandy. Sandy might have to get her, I might have to give Sandy her tens a little bit. She might have to get her tens a little bit.
Also, I think the reason that people keep linking Sandy to Seattle is because of Ezzy. Because Sandy was also the coach of the Australian national team.
Little do they
So
know, Ezzy McGregor will be in Indiana. So y'all ain't got to worry about it. We going to figure that shit out at Unrivaled Aliyah Kelsey. Let's get on our Zooms. Let's get on our Zooms, ladies. Let's get on our Zooms. So y'all ain't even got to worry about that. Sandy can pour into whoever else she want to, but Ezzy will be going home with me. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I just think if we're heralding Sandy's ability to be a player's coach, and we know Seattle is, interesting over there, whether they're dysfunctional because of whoever, I think she can fix that.
see,
I will say the vibes do matter, and Sandy might break the vibes. So
That's what I'm saying. Whether regardless of what it is, because like we've all heard speculations, people, but if she can fix that, because there's no reason for Seattle to be as bad as they were, other than the vibes weren't right. And it doesn't have to be anybody in particular fault. It's just the vibes aren't right. But I mean, you have all these all-stars, Hall of Famers, like it's like this should be a very, very good team. The fact that it took them so long to clinch a playoff spot, like they were fourth seed for like a good amount of the season, and then they dropped all the way to like sixth, and they just slowly went down. And then it was like, okay, well, y'all can make the playoffs if y'all just win one game. Them niggas was like, nah, actually, I don't feel like winning a game. Like the Sparks could have very easily taken their place, very easily.
if they were more serious.
If they were just a tad more serious, if the Sparks started playing seriously one game earlier, we're looking at Sparks versus Aces in the first round.
I actually needed them to be a little bit more serious in July. Well, like pre-All-Star, but I get you. I get your vibe. I get your vibe.
So yeah, it that's an interesting. I don't know. I think she can fix that if she gets that opportunity.
If Sandy fixes Seattle, I fear I will have to give her 10s.
So are Seattle, is Sandy and Noelle Quinn just switching teams? Be like, girl, you stay in my house, I stay
All
in
right,
yours.
now you doing too much. Too
Girl,
much
you stay in my house, I stay in yours. I ain't even going.
Too much dip on your chip. No, ma'am. Noelle Quinn will not be in Seattle. I do think I don't know. I feel like Toronto will take a swing on a new head coach. Like somebody completely new. Like somebody who's never been a head coach before.
Do you think
Jay Trent?
Hey, while we on the subject, shout out to Mark Schindler getting that job with the Tempo. Period.
So proud. So proud. My like Jermaine said, my claim to fame is knowing Mark Schindler.
Literally.
Mark, come back on the pod.
I met Mark Schindler at an Atlanta Dream game. Like, come on.
But do you think Lindsey Harding comes over?
Lindsey, okay. Yes. Did y'all know that Lindsey Harding, damn, she is a year older or a year younger than not Sammy, goddamn, Simone Augustus? Did y'all know that?
I did not.
She won Rookie of the Year the year after her. Not Rookie of the Year, but she was on an all-rookie team. In one of them years. I don't know why I can't. The number is evading me. But I looked this up earlier.
You are right. They were actually born in the same year.
I was reading this. I didn't know she was that. I mean, that's not old by any means, right? But like 2007, that's what it was. She was drafted to the Lynx. I'm lying. She was drafted. She was the first overall pick for the Phoenix Mercury. I guess she got traded to the Lynx immediately.
Yeah, she did. She did. Did she ever play for the Mercury? Yes, in 2016.
What's her college career? I'm like, that does not say Mercury. Yeah. That was just my fun fact of the day. But do I think I want her to. I just want her to get away from men's basketball, but that's just my personal thing. She need to get away from JJ Redick, please.
I understand the Duke connection there, but I agree. I do think she's gonna be a candidate for any team looking for a head coach. Like every article you see, you're gonna see Lindsey Harding, you're gonna see Chrissy Tolliver, you're gonna see
We're in January.
yeah, I wasn't gonna say her name out of respect for my twin and her feelings about her assistant.
Everyone keeps trying to keep her away from me.
Um,
We need her for at least 2 more seasons. Can y'all wait? Somebody will lose their job in 2 years, please.
there's also the Pacers assistant coach. I do
Yeah,
not want to butcher her. I do not want to Jenny. Yeah, I don't want to butcher her last name. But
I literally knew it before you said that. Because I just heard somebody say it earlier today.
yeah,
Bach.
she's gonna be
Bach.
okay.
Jenny.
Yeah,
I can't
she'll
remember.
be a name that's going around for teams looking for a head coach. Um, Also the article in The Athletic also named Niele Ivy as a potential option for the Liberty. How do we feel?
I feel like she's not leaving Hannah Hidalgo.
I don't think so either, but I feel like if there is a gear to do it, it's now. Like this is the time to do it, like right now. Because I feel like she only got a couple of more years. She getting that Noelle Quinn thing. We respect you. You're a legend. You know you help build up this franchise or whatever. But not getting to the Final Four is starting to look a little crazy in the light. And to be fair to her, I don't know. Well, no, it's starting to look crazy in the light. So she got to figure that out within the next 2 years, or she might not be there any longer.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Sonia, I don't. Is her last name Raymond? Ramen?
Ramon, I thought it was Ramon. I don't know. I don't know how you say it, but I've been saying Ramon this whole time. But what I originally asked Don is, do the Liberty just promote her for continuity's sake? And he said he doesn't think so. But
I don't think they will either. But I do think it could make sense. Like,
I would, but I think the Liberty will not.
yeah, I think they're gonna. Lo tweeted this before he even did this press conference that she thought it was gonna be a man, and I do agree that I think it's gonna be a man, and I do think it's gonna be a NBA G League experienced man. Joe Mazzulla, come on down.
No, no.
the
Fucking have my goat. No, I need my crazy man.
the only man that was named in the article from The Athletic was Will Weaver, who is the coaching advisor for the Hornets. That was the only man that was named.
I don't even think I know any like. I don't know. I feel like Nate Tibbetts is a man who just came out of left field. I mean, I'm not all the way up on my men's basketball, so maybe he was more popular than we realized, or than I realized. But
I
he feel like
I
he came out of left
barely
field.
yeah, like I barely knew who Nate Tibbetts was. Like I know that he was like an assistant coach for Orlando, but I didn't that like I was just like, oh okay, one of the Magic assistant coaches, okay. But I didn't know that he was like a name that was being sought after in head
Yeah.
coaching circles.
So I feel
But
like it's gonna be a man like that. Like who the hell is
and
he?
see, and that's the that's the other thing because the Mercury are in the finals. So like they're gonna be
Somebody
like
tweeted earlier.
they're gonna be like we need somebody that's gonna work them spreadsheets. We need a head coach that's gonna say if you take the midi, you getting benched. Like they're gonna be looking for that type of coach because that type of coach just got his team to the finals.
Bro,
So
somebody said Nate Tibbetts gonna get credit for this team, but he's being carried by Alyssa Thomas and Kristen Tolliver. I was like, please.
and see, that's the other reason I say I would not be surprised if Christy Tolliver is head coaching somewhere next year.
Man, I don't know. I do think it's gonna be a man from left field though. So
Yeah, see,
Joe,
and
Joe,
so
you
it's just
safe
like
for now.
it would just be hard to even try to guess who that name could be because it could be any NBA assistant. Like I feel like, see, I just feel like I am a proponent of the W teams looking at hiring women just because, especially former players, I just feel like that's a helpful like relationship to have. But I mean, like maybe they all don't see it that way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and also I just think that like they're just good women head coaches out there. So it's like I don't know why like the WNBA should have more women coaches than men. If that's like misandry or whatever, then so fucking be it. Like it's no reason that a women dominated league should not like a women's league should not have reflect that in their coaches. Like I just don't. That sounds crazy. You mean to tell me they're
Fortunately,
good enough to play, but not good enough to put the numbers together? Are you sure?
Yeah,
Are you
fortunately for
that's
sure?
what
you, that shit not real.
You said what?
I said,
he said.
fortunately for you,
He
that
said
shit not real.
this injury is not real.
Yeah,
Reverse racism.
it isn't. Glad we all
But
got on the same page.
yeah, no. But I do think, and I've seen people they mentioned with Noelle being the only black woman that was an active head coach, which is another thing I think that um not to say it's like oh they need to look to rectify that, but I think y'all should figure that out.
I ain't
Like,
gonna lie though, I didn't throw out my name, but my girl Latricia gotta get a gig. She gotta get a gig.
oh,
I
absolutely. I'm actually surprised that I haven't seen her name
more.
mentioned more often. Yeah, Latricia Trammell, I feel like that's easy money for somebody franchise.
No, because literally like
She changed the Sparks into the Demon Sparks.
This is true. And she had the wings looking good. That was like they're now they had made the playoffs with she got them their first playoff win and since
She got them their first playoff series win since they've been to
against
because
Dallas.
Nikki Johnson got them to the playoffs, but she got them their first playoff win series. So it's
and then the next year, the whole roster died. And they was like, nah, you got to get out of here. Like, what are we
well,
doing?
they did get a new GM.
So and like they fired Latricia Trammell, which I didn't think was right. I understand now that they just did like a complete tear down overhaul of the front office because I think she is a good coach.
I do too.
And
I like her.
So I feel like that's why I feel like it won't be long before she's a head coach again.
I'm trying. Is there a 50-50 split of men and women? Men's coaches: Tyler, Chris, Carl, Cindy
Nate.
Johnson, Nate.
The Connecticut head coach.
Oh, Rashid Mezzine.
Yeah. Who we forgetting?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think is it 6 men, 7 women?
Women, you got Lynn Roberts, Becky Hammond, Steph White, Cheryl Reeve.
And then you had Noelle and Sandy. And then
not doing good right now.
And then what team are we missing? Oh, Natalie.
Oh, Nicole, yep.
Yeah. So it was 6 men, 7 women.
So yeah, they're gonna have to hire 3 women. 4 women. No, we'll let one of them be a man. New York, I feel like you're gonna be a man, so you might as well disappoint me. The other 3 of y'all though, don't disappoint me. Get Latricia on the phone. If y'all go get Sandy that job in Seattle, go ahead. Why wait?
Sandy, Latricia Trammell, Christy Tolliver.
Yeah, call Christy first. See if she
before Brienne.
And if you wait, call her. And this is the order. This is the order in which y'all need to call these assistant coaches. Call Christy, and then y'all call Rebecca Brunson. And then y'all call Tanisha Wright. She got head coaching experience. She just needs some shooters. Call Tanisha. Hold on. I gotta see who else.
Tanisha Wright to the Liberty.
Hold on.
Homecoming. We love that.
Oh, you can call Renika Hodges on the Sun bench.
You see what Sammy just said?
What? Don't make me mad, Sammy. What he say?
He said call Brienne.
She needs to be the eighth person you call. Again, let me start from the top, Sammy. So we on the same page. Christy, Rebecca, Tanisha, Ranika, Sonia. That's 5. And if you at least go through them 5 first, and they don't, and if all 5 of them say no, then you can call Pokey Chapman. Get her, call her at number 6. Hold on, because there's somebody else who needs to be called. Hold on, let me see who else on the bench. Oh, Nola Henry. Call me, and then Nola. Now, if all 7 of them say no, then you can call Brienne. Then you can call her. But we got some people who need some movement. Some people we need to take some swings on first before we get to my girl.
I hate telling good people bad news.
I'm gonna promote Black women. Sammy, don't make me kick you out today. Don't make me kick you out.
I understand. Who was left? Oh, there was a semifinal series that ended yesterday.
Dear God, I can't believe we still had to talk. Lord, I forgot this was. Oh my goodness.
We can keep it brief. Shout out to, you know what? The Phoenix Mercury are going to the WNBA finals. Big three, year one championship, not championship, but like WNBA finals contestants. That's not the right word. Finalists? What's the word?
Finalists. They're finalists.
Finalists.
I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Egg on my face because I said they would not win a game and they won 3 straight. So you need to
and
shut the fuck up, sir.
three straight after like 20-point comebacks, no less. Like they came back in at least 2 of those 3 matchups. I fear they needed you though. They needed that because they're adversity merchants, as we have come to understand. And that's important.
It's
That's
also
important.
crazy for me to say that the Mercury had everything going for them and they were going to lose, and then the Aces had everything going for them, and then they just decided to lose. I just need to not say anything
Actually,
because
we need you to keep it going. Keep it going. Actually need you to
not
keep
keeping that.
we
The
need you to
one
keep that going.
man, I
Do you
woke
hate
up
me?
and before halftime, I seen y'all said Satu got 15 points, so I guess this game wrapped up because whenever she scored with 15, they don't lose, and
They
they didn't
win.
lose.
They
They
win.
win.
I woke up, them
That is
niggas
well
won.
documented. 15 points. Satu has scored 15 or more points 5 times in the playoffs, and the Mercury are 5-0.
The
Like
Aces,
that is the key.
the Aces were undefeated when Asia scored over 25 until Sunday.
Because Aliyah Boston was the biggest fucking dog in the room.
Hey,
Nah, Aliyah,
hey,
that
she punked them niggas. I can hear people can scream free throws if they wanna. I always say this. I feel like free throws and coaches are the easiest things to point out when niggas lose. But should she have shot 11 free throws in the quarter? I don't know.
Hell
Whatever.
yeah. Hell yeah. Because
But
you know what? No,
top
but
let me get
five.
on that. Because
she
y'all
had
was really pissing
y'all
me
if y'all
off.
make some shots, this wouldn't have been an issue.
You were right. But y'all not finna piss me off because Aliyah Boston, almost every seal she got under that fucking basket, they might as well have been hugging her from the back. Like, does she have a girlfriend on the Aces? We need to know.
No,
Because
that I
it's
will
getting
say
crazy. It's getting
that
crazy.
that foul they gave her when she backed up and she just fell, like no one
No,
touched her.
that
I
was
was
funny.
like,
That
It
was
damn.
was.
I
crazy.
was
I
like,
ain't gonna
damn.
It
lie. That
was.
was crazy. That was
That's
crazy.
kind of nuts. I was
That
like,
one was
yeah,
crazy. That one was
y'all
crazy.
kind of tripping.
That one was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But the one that they keep showing of like Asia trying to get loose of her like clamping her or whatever. I'm like, bro, that foul, like people getting called for fouls on that happens all the fucking time. Like that is a very common basketball foul. Like, sorry you got caught, big bucko, but you did. The foul is on you. Like we can very visibly see Asia pushing her arm away. That's a foul. Like I don't like whether who started it don't matter. She ain't want to get post up. She wanted to be free. All right, fine with her. But you're gonna take this foul because that's a foul. You don't have to like it, but it is. And we need to stop pretending like I need y'all to also to stop pretending like the Aces don't foul. Like I know Asia said that they don't, but them motherfuckers do. They in fact
So
do. And
after the game in the press conference, and I knew Angel was pissed, and I knew that Indiana had got under her skin because she picked up the box score. She was just
paper.
looking at it, and they was like, "Oh, what
Come
you
on.
looking at?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just looking at these files."
Bro, she
Like,
looking at it like this too. Like, girl, you know you can fucking see that paper, bro. Don't do too much, Asia. Tomorrow. And the fact that she had to go on record and say, Aliyah said I had a special whistle. She been holding on to that shit. And the fact that she lost,
that
I know
wasn't even
that she
that wasn't
her
even the
back.
question. That wasn't even
That
the
wasn't even
question.
a question. That lady,
She
they
Hey,
she
never
want she
asked you
wanted
how.
she wanted to get that one off, and I have the utmost respect for
Go
that.
ahead.
But it was you could tell that Asia was like, "Oh, I'm finna say this today." She was like, "I'm." She says, "I know somebody that got a special whistle out there tonight, and it wasn't me."
And,
to
and, and,
me,
and,
it seemed like every time someone complains about the refs, that whistle is always amazing the very next day. So I think to her, this was like, listen,
She got to equalize it
game
now.
5, I better get to that line
I better be getting them calls.
because I also understand probably the Asia, she was only 6 free throws in a game is probably like crazy because
Bro,
she be getting to that line. But she also was shooting a lot of jumpers that in that game in particular. So it's like, why would you be? And that'd be my thing. It's like everyone really looks at free throws automatically and really doesn't look like how often were people in the paint? How many fouls that weren't necessarily free throws were there? Because I didn't think the like foul discrepancy was that bad.
it
No,
was 24-17.
like that's not
That's a
that.
7 fouls, bro.
That
And
crazy.
y'all were
Nah,
fouling at the end of the game, dude. Like you extended that game with them free throws. Don't make me mad. Like, don't make me mad right now. Cause and we're not crediting the fact that Aliyah was literally getting to the rim. Like we wanted Aliyah to play like that, but that hasn't been. She's been more aggressive in this game than she has been in any of the other 4 matchups. So yeah, I hope Aliyah getting to the rim would mean that she could get some more fucking free throws. I hope. I literally hope. Like
I seen Aliyah take like 2 jump shots yesterday or Sunday. Like
Yeah, she
I
don't play
hope.
that. And I think it's just like I hate that people will pull up like foul discrepancy, free throws, and all of that when it's like all of y'all, everybody's team, it's players on everybody's team that plays to sell the contact.
Everybody,
Every team.
literally.
It's just like we cannot. I just like we cannot devolve into whining about foul calls every game. And it feels like no matter what, like you can always look at the TL and tell who team is losing because of who's whining about the refs. It's just like y'all play ball,
It's always a
play
thing.
ball.
And my thing is with this in particular, it's not like the Aces. I mean, it's not like the Fever beat the fuck out of them. Like we won by 7, bro. Y'all hit the Aces hit 2 more threes and make 2 more free throws. Like that, the game is different. Like they
man,
were 8 for 11. Come on,
no one. Asia had 31, Jackie had 18, and then Chelsea didn't have 12 until like a
She
minute
start
left in the
she
game.
start she start throwing up heaves and hitting them.
bro. She hit a
Like
fucking 3 late in the game. Like, bro,
that
what are you
the
doing?
scoring distribution for this game was disgusting. Like niggas did not do their job outside of Asia and Jackie. And even then, I don't think Jackie did enough. So like, yes, y'all lost because niggas did not play well. Joe Lloyd played like shit. I texted y'all in the middle of the game, win or lose. She's on my shit list. Dana didn't play enough to me. Her only playing 12 minutes was kind of crazy. Um, Melissa obviously was in foul trouble. She was contributing, but she couldn't contribute that much because she was in foul trouble. So it's like, I don't know
And two
what
people acting
all.
like Melissa not a foul fucking merchant was crazy too. Like, let's not, guys. I know she got the Vegas and she's played better defense, but my sister is not innocent. Let's be serious for a second. And y'all been calling Meg slow and unplayable in this league all year. And then suddenly she gets 4 fouls against mobile bigs and you're confused. I think we all need to lock in for a second. Just for a minute.
Yes. So call it. Who wins tomorrow?
Aces by 13. I've been saying this since Sunday.
Bold.
I have to stick to my guns.
All right.
What I said yesterday was America needs a break from the Indiana fever.
Okay, hold on though. Let's back up though. I hold on, Jay. because I was on your side yesterday. I was on your side yesterday.
Before they won.
Before they won. When I thought we was going home, I was like, hold on now. Listen, guys, come on. Like, lock in with me for a second. Major heartbreak before epic failure, before epic success. This right here, the Fever losing in the finals to the Mercury, that's better TV than us losing to the Lynx. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it was the Lynx, I was like, Commissioner's Cup curse. They gone. Okay. Epic, come on. Like, that's better TV. I think we actually need this one. I do think we need this one. And this is also good for America. I won't explain that. If you know, you know. We need that. We need that. We need that.
I need Asia versus AT. I need to see. I mean, I already said on record to Jamae, I feel like if we play Phoenix, I feel like that's easy money. However, I feel like AT beating Asia to beat her bridesmaid curse would be must-see TV. I feel like her beating the Mercury just don't hit. I mean, her beating the Lynx just don't hit the same. I mean, her beating the Fever just don't hit the same. But her beating
love versus basketball, bro. You're not locked in. You're not locked in. You're not
her beating Asia, like, yeah, that's real.
I am it pains me to say this because I have grown to love all teams involved. No matter who wins tomorrow, I am rooting for Phoenix in the finals. So
that's the right answer, actually. That's the right answer.
Because
why Jay get to say things and he don't hate you?
Okay,
And every time I say something, I hate you.
Because if my team don't win, I'm rooting for Phoenix too. I fear.
So here's the thing.
I root for them.
Asia is my goal, okay? Asia has 4 MVPs, 3 depoys, and 2 rings.
So is she a finals MVP? She got a 23, right?
Yeah.
Yes, she has a finals MVP.
Just
so I feel like if she don't get it this year, that's okay. Because
I don't mind losing. I can't lose tomorrow.
I've seen that be the sentiment from a lot of Aces fans I've seen with that sentiment. It's like losing is okay. The season being over is fine. It can't be over tomorrow.
I get it. I do respect y'all for that take. I do think that's an acceptable take. However, the script is for Indiana. The script is for it. This moment was made for Indiana, I think.
See, there's another thing that I just thought of though. Indiana winning the finals without Caitlin Clark would be the funniest storyline.
I'm telling you, we can't lose.
Like that would be so fun. Honestly, we are in for absolute cinema to end the season, no matter who wins the title. Like if the Aces get their 3rd title in 4 years, Indiana has lost every point guard possible and still it can still
win the finals. Made it.
Or DeWanna Bonner quits on the Fever mid-season, goes to Phoenix to join AT, and they win a title together. There is no way this season cannot have a storybook ending.
Now, I will say, can you imagine the discourse if the Phoenix play the Fever and the Fever win? You quit on the team that beat you in the finals. That is really nasty.
It is.
That's really nasty.
But it is. However, I don't know though, because the way Aliyah been playing, if Aliyah channels this fucking game 4 energy through the rest of these things, no, because it's still gonna be dependent on Lexi Hull and Odyssey Sims. I don't know. I do need us to make it to the finals though. I fear I need that. I do need that. And I think the Mercury have a better chance against us. And I need the AT ring more than I need anything else. I fear I need the AT ring more than anything else.
Yeah, I do really want AT to get one. Like I've found myself I'm rooting for AT to get one now. Sammy said these scenarios are giving me anxiety. I am so sorry.
AT getting a ring after being arguably the most disrespected player of the modern era would be fine for me. Again, I just can't lose tomorrow.
No, bro, you have to.
No, bro, I cannot.
Tomorrow is setting the scene.
Now, objectively speaking, outside, if I was a neutral observer, the Aces, the Lynx, and the Liberty losing all before the finals would be fucking hilarious. I can't take that. Because I was mentally prepared to not be a finals contender. Y'all niggas win 16 games, and then you lose to a team who rostered got the plague? No, bro. You should have just
I feel like that's y'all problem.
You should have just been you should have just been a fifth seed and called it a day. You decided to do all this winning shit, and then you got me invested.
Y'all been speaking too negatively about the Fever. Like Kelsey Mitchell and Aliyah Boston are the biggest fucking dogs. Like I see this is your problem. Respect my organization. Oh my God. How many games do we have to win?
Not the one tomorrow.
You know what? I've decided that I want Indiana to win tomorrow because Indiana beat my team.
You know what?
Misery.
That's a good man.
Misery loves company. Indiana wins tomorrow, and then they lose to Phoenix in the finals. That is what I want.
Why I gotta be unhappy?
Baby, bro, you've won 2 championships in 4 years. I don't like me. You so fucking greedy, bro. Like,
yes, that's the point. Your objective to get to finals not even to win. You just want to get there. At least I want to win.
We always want to win, but we don't really need to win yet. This is status.
I need to win.
I need my team to win. No, because hold on.
If I get to the finals, I'm not trying to score under that. I need to win.
I need my team to get there so that we could really be like, these are the 6 players we're keeping. This is really just
y'all know that anyway
for the moment and who not. Okay,
y'all know that y'all gonna find that out tomorrow.
No, we need to know in the final. Like we need that experience. I need the Aliyah. I need the Aliyah.
Y'all done
2010 and 5 game in the finals, youngest player to ever do it. I need that.
Y'all done beat one of the best Atlanta Dreams teams in the franchise history. And then you don't went to war. You don't went to war with arguably the greatest women's basketball player ever. You got experience. Bro, you don't need to play nobody else.
If we beat the Aces,
Satu is not helping Aliyah Boston.
Aliyah anything exactly. Who gonna be able to tell her anything? You beat Bree Jones and them. Okay, and then you beat Angel Wilson. Biggest fucking dog. I fear we need that.
Bro, let's just let them go to war and y'all get y'all flick and call it a day, bro. You don't need a win, bro. Just Don Stanley let them flick up after the game and Asia go in the press conference after and she'd be like, you know what? Aliyah Boston is a really good player. That's all we need.
No, bro, because she'd already threw my goat under the bus. Talking about something. She said I got a special whistle. Sister, bro, you lead the league in free throw attempts.
Everybody say stuff when they salty, bro. Let's not.
Bro, in Asia's 7 years, 8 years. How long she been in the league?
8. I think 8.
In her 8 years of leading the league, she's led the lead in free throw attempts for 5 of them. 5.
Bro, tell niggas stop fouling.
Don't talk to me about getting to no fucking line.
Tell niggas stop fouling.
She said I got a special. She said I got a special whistle.
Aliyah needs this. Aliyah needs this.
Sometimes
Kelsey Mitchell needs this.
Niggas deserve to be petty. You not about to tell me on the court I got a special whistle and shoot 11 free throws after? Nigga, I'm snitching. What the fuck?
No, she actually funny as shit for that. I do have to. Asia was actually hilarious for that. And Aliyah's even more funny because why the fuck did you know she just did that shit for no reason too? Like, I'm finna piss her off with this. Like,
That's the thing I really
stuff.
appreciate. Like people have taken this whole thing, and I mean, we don't have to get deep into this because I know this will be a long conversation. But I feel like people started doing this thing where it's like, oh, like I used to like a Gamecock in Boston, and now this Indiana Fever version I don't like, or like Dawn never taught her this, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Just nonsense, bro.
she's arguably the best center in the league. Like, what are we talking about? You cannot, like, what are we talking about? This is an elite basketball player. I don't care if you don't like the means of production. This is like she plays within the confines of the game. She get buckets, she play defense, and she get rebounds. I don't know what it is to not like y'all act like she like smacking niggas in the face. Like she might be a little sure she might throw some elbows, whatever. But I feel like y'all just try to throw the dirty label on everybody. Like if I'm calling you dirty, you try to hurt people on purpose, like you pushing niggas out the air. I ain't never seen her do no shit like that.
Bro,
I just think she's a very physical player, and I think that's fine.
What they be saying? Them footsteps? Them bitches getting a little loud. That's really what
is that what it is? Is it are they insecure? Is that
like
what it is?
It's funny that like
because when Aliyah won't getting all them shot attempts, it was quiet. Okay, my sister started being aggressive to the rim, and now it's she's a dirty player. She do this and that.
Nah, it was the fact that the conversation was the shot attempts was low, and they were like, "Oh, Aliyah Boston is a 0 on offense without Caitlin or whatever." And then they start feeding her, and she started scoring. Now it's, "Oh, Aliyah is a dirty player, and she baiting the refs or whatever." And it's like, okay, man.
I
Okay,
also
man.
think
Make up your mind. Is it Uchiwali or is it one mic?
I think it's funny how like Tina Charles was in that interview with Sue Bird and was like, yeah, bigs are just not as physical as they used to be. And like they were just laughing about it. And now like Aliyah is like how the niggas used to be. And like people are like, oh no, this is
It was so funny to me because everybody kept tweeting like, oh, if Lobo talking about Aliyah with some of these Aliyah calls should be offensive fouls, then you know it's bad. Rebecca Lobo also said Aliyah been looking at that old school tape, okay, and she been putting that shit on your bid, your favorite bid, and they ain't prepared. So like let's not share Rebecca Lobo thoughts now because y'all ain't like that lady last week. Like don't do too much. Don't do too much. Guess we'll see. We'll see.
Our hearts and minds clear.
I think our hearts and minds are clear. Well, Jamae, are you okay?
Yes. Sorry.
Then this has been another episode of Pull Up 3. I am Paragon Don.
I'm Jamae.
I'm J Trek.